You'll figure it out, baby.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave your comments below. Now, tonight we're going to be talking about The Chi Season 2. This is episode 2, the recap. I'm going to try to go over the key points in this episode, so bear with me. Make sure you leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Let me know how you felt about this episode. Now, we begin this episode with a new character, Detective Tucson, and she's going to be investigating this home invasion of Grandma Ethel. She wants to know who did it, how it happened, and who was all involved. Now, while she's there, she runs into Detective Cruz. Detective Cruz is there as well, trying to get information. These two meet, and they start talking. Detective Cruz tells her he knows Grandma Ethel. He says she's a tough lady, how he knows Ronnie and stuff like that. Now, Detective Tucson's like, well, that's cool and everything, but I think you probably should just be leaving or whatever, because there's no homicide. Detective Cruz is a detective for homicide. So she don't really want his help and want him around at all. He shouldn't be there, in her opinion. Now, we get to Reg, and as I was telling you guys this week, he's going to continue to take advantage of Brandon over and over. He's eating his burritos, and he's not paying a cent. You know, in the last episode, Brandon wanted to end this, but your boy Reg is going to still be petty. Now, Reg is on his way leaving, and all of a sudden, a gun is in the back of his head, and apparently he has an OG that he owes money to. Yes, it's going to be a new OG. His name is Duda, and Reg has to come up with this money, $100K in 48 hours. So that's what his whole game plan is going to be this episode, trying to get this money to the OG. Now, this OG is he's second in chair of the 63rd Street Mobsters, I believe that's the name. But it's crazy because you thought from the last season that Reg would be running shit, but he has someone else to answer to, and this person happens to be Trice's boss. Now we get to Darnell and Emmett, and Emmett, he's hungry, he's going throughout the house. Darnell tells him, like, look, calm down. We got rules and regulations here. First off, you got to make sure you watch your siblings, and also make sure you're here at 7 o'clock every night for dinner. You know, he's setting these rules because Emmett think he can just come in and just eat up stuff and do what he want. And his dad ain't having it. You know what I'm saying? His dad is not having it. He's trying to teach him some morals and to be able to just follow simple directions, man. It ain't your house. You ain't paying the bills. So you got to follow the rules. So we're starting to see their relationship open up a little bit. Now, Ronnie, he hears about what happens to Grandma Ethel. He's eager to get out. He's drinking. He's losing it. He wants to get out. So his public defender, or whatever you want to call this guy right here, attorney, so-called attorney, he said, look, we can get you out, but we got to pretty much talk about Cookie Johnson. We got to pretty much tell a different side of Cookie Johnson. And Ronnie is like, man, he was a good kid. I don't really want to get out that way. We got to use another way. But this attorney is like, no, we have to get out this way. We have to use this excuse to have some type of leeway for you to be able to get out. They want to make it seem like Cookie Johnson was not a saint. Now we get to Brandon, and we see one of his childhood friends, Junie, was shot and killed in a drive-by, I believe. So he's going to be, you know, collecting money, trying to support the loss of his friend. Very sad. It seemed like this Junie character was very known throughout their neighborhood. And also, Junie used to work with Reg. Reg knows him as well. And he tells his boys, look, y'all don't want to be another Junie getting shot up. We'll get payback eventually. He tells his boys that they got 48 hours to get $100K, and that he got the old head on his neck. They got to get this money. So you're going to see this episode, them trying to hustle, trying to figure out ways to get this money to the OG. You know what I'm saying? Reg, man, he seemed like he's struggling, and ain't looking too good for him at all in this episode. We going to see if he can step up to the plate, because he ain't got Trice no more. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got Q there either. So what is he going to do this episode? Now, Detective Cruz is notified that Ronnie is reneging on his original testimony, that he's going to change some stuff up. He wants to get out. So now Detective Cruz is tripping like, man, I thought I had it. You know what I'm saying? I thought I had it in the bag. So he has to go back and figure out what he needs to do. And that's to try to go talk to Kevin, because he wants to get that testimony. He wants to get Kevin ready for court, because he knows if Kevin tells, they can potentially lock Ronnie up for good. Now, your boy Emmett, he's in the store with his boy Amir, and this lady walks up to him, serves him his papers. So it looks like he's going to have to be paying child support. Just when Emmett starts to try to get things better, moving in with his dad, trying to build that relationship and have good things happen, he's hit with something else. So how is Emmett going to respond to this, man? It's getting tough for him, man. Once again, we get to Jerica and we get to Brandon. They go into this little family outing from her parents. Also, a lady there named Miss Brown, and she owns these condos. Now, Jerica wants to go there because she wants to try to sell these condos and work for Mrs. Brown, but her family is very stuck up and bougie. Now, her family pretty much, man, they don't think Brandon is successful as a chef. They don't think it has a high success rate. It pisses Brandon off. He kind of like walks away, plays it off. But Jerica's whole game plan is trying to just front for her family and try to get this connect with Mrs. Brown, because she's like, look, if I can get this connect, it can be a big opportunity for me in my career. And that's her whole game plan. Now, Miss Brown, she said, you know what? I'll work with you because I know your parents. I give you that opportunity, even though you're very young. Now, we get to Emmett and we get to Tiffany. They're at a little hearing or whatever. And at this hearing, it makes it seem like Emmett is so dependent on his mother that he can't really do anything. Makes him look like a bad father for real. Tiffany, like, look, I'm trying to get this paper no matter what. I felt bad for Emmett, man, because he's going through a lot of things that I see young black males go through every single day, paying child support and not being able to see their kids. Stuff like this happens just over drama. But he comes to the fact that, look, man, I'm going to have to pay child support and I'm not going to be able to see my son. And the lady looks at him right in his face like, well, this is how it goes. So I feel sorry for your boy Emmett, man. I hope he can pull this through. But Tiffany has to, show him some leeway, man, in my opinion. Now, Detective Tucson, she's going back to Grandma Ethel's spot. She's just searching around. She's trying to find some more evidence because she believes something's not right. This home invasion is just not right. Come to find out, they didn't steal anything. As we saw in that last episode, they just went there to destroy stuff. They're trying to scare her off. They didn't steal anything. She still has money there. So whoever this is, pretty much is trying to scare Grandma Ethel out of the building. Maybe it's the insurance people, maybe it's someone else, but we know they're trying to scare her away based on the actions. Detective Cruz, he comes and he talks to Kevin's mother. He tells her, look, Ronnie has changed the story up. We gonna probably have to go to trial. Kevin most likely is gonna have to testify and go on stand. Your boy Kevin is pissed off. He's like, really? I thought I didn't have to go on stand, go to court and do none of this. I do not want to snitch because everybody's going to know what I did. You know what I'm saying? And he don't want that type of stress in his life right now. Snitching, he can't deal with that. So he tells him no, he doesn't want to do it. Now we get to Reg and Jake. Jake got this new little candy hustle where he's charging a certain amount of cents for the candy. Reg is like, look, dude, you need to sell these chips and these candies all for $1 each. It's simple. Also, where the hell is your schoolwork? Like, what are you doing? Reg tell him, look, I ain't going to jail for you or for nobody. So get to some schoolwork, get to doing what you need to be doing, because he ain't going down for him at all. Yeah, Jake probably needs to be getting this schoolwork done. It ain't a good look, man, at all. This whole situation with Reg and Jake is just crazy. Now, Big Mike comes and tells Reg, like, look, we short. We ain't got the 100K. Your boy Reg is like, look, that is not an option at all. We gonna have to figure something out. We ain't going out like that. So you already know something bad is about to happen later on in this episode. And it's the crazy thing is you got your boy Reg. His boys, they up there trying to get free burritos from Brandon. Y'all should be out there hustling, trying to get this 100K. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all trying to, you know what I'm saying, hassle Brandon while y'all should be out on the corner on the streets getting money. And Brandon's like, look, ain't nobody getting free nothing. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and just close everything down. I ain't dealing with none of that. I don't know who told y'all I was getting something. They said Red said we can get something free. Brandon shut it down quick. He knows, like, man, I have to end this, man. It's getting to the point where it's affecting my business. This whole drama thing where Reg has to stop. Now we get to Emmett and Darnell. And Emmett is very upset because they are having dinner with 3 baby mamas of Darnell's. And everybody's cool. The kids, everybody's having fun. Emmett is upset. He's like, man, how did my mom get a loser you and they get the dad of the year? And Darnell explains to him that he was a boy when he was dealing with his mom and that he became a man later on in life. So they got the man, your mom got the boy. And he didn't have a daddy when he was growing up. So he's trying to change, man. Hopefully things can work out. He doesn't want to even talk about Emmett's mom at all, but he explains to Emmett how it was for him growing up and how he handled things. He pretty much put all the bullshit aside and stepped up as a man to take care of his kids. So we'll see how this whole storyline plays out. They're getting closer. Now, Miss Brown comes over. She agrees to come over to talk to Jericho about business and have dinner. And you know your boy, Brandon, he's there. He's going to throw down. The whole game plan is to get her to accept the deal, which she does. She accepts the deal, but, you know, Brandon knows that her parents said some things and he's still pissed off. But she tells him, look, we got to do what we got to do for now. You know, they can think what they want to think. Your food is great. Your food can change the minds of bougie people, which it did. And it seems like Jericho has a new deal and a new business partner. Now, your boy Ronnie's in prison, and he's like, look, I got to find a better lawyer. So he sees this, I want to say this white supremacist neo-Nazi dude or whatever, and he offered him something, currency. Now, in this little town he got, it got that liquor shit that he's been making, that alcohol he's been making, and the dude takes it because he don't know what it is. You know, Ronnie just throw it on the ground. He picks it up. Next thing you know, they show him drinking it later on in the episode. He's like, okay, this shit is better than mine. You know, what do you want? Ronnie tells him, like, look, I need your lawyer. I heard you was going in for life and end up only getting 15 years. So I need your lawyer. Help me out. So the dude was like, okay, I'll help you out. But why are you here? You killed somebody. Ronnie tells him yes. And he killed somebody. He asked him, was the kid black? And he said, yeah. And like this scene right here was crazy because he was like, I guess black lives don't matter. I was kind of pissed, like, damn, but you know, that's how it is, man. We can't keep killing each other. And, you know, you have a movement going on with the Black Lives Matters movement, and then stuff like this happens. People look at us crazy, like, man, y'all killing each other, which is very sad. We have to do better. Now we get to your boy Reg and his whole crew. They going in, I guess they robbing another gang, maybe a gang rival, but they go in, steal their money, make them strip, you know, buy gun, and hopefully these dudes, most likely they probably know that it's Reg. You know, Reg and them kept saying, don't look at my face, turn around. They probably know it's them, but Reg ends up getting the rest of this money because he needed it. He needed it. Now, we get to the OG, the new OG. I believe his name is Duda, and he's a second in chair. Now, he explains everything to Reg about how, you know, Trice, the whole Trice thing, Detective Wallace and Q. He explains to him how Q, you know, he got the okay from an OG to come back to question things, but he kind of took it a little bit too personal by stealing merchandise. And that merchandise, in my opinion, was guns. And also killing Detective Cruz was a big no-no. I mean, Detective Wallace, I'm sorry, was a big no-no. And they was kind of upset about that. Reg explains, like, look, I ain't had nothing to do with that. I'm just trying to clean up the stuff that they did. You know what I'm saying? You can hold me accountable. I'm a man of my word. A man of my word. The boy Duda's like, man, Trice always had my money all time. Like, you slipping. You know what I'm saying? You slipping. But Duda's going to give him an opportunity to change. You know, your boy Reg is just looking at Duda's assistant. Duda's like, dude, you won't have to chill out with all that. You can't be looking at my assistant or you're going to get hurt the next time. You know what I'm saying? But we find out that everything about Q, that he was held accountable. We don't know what happened to Q, but he was dealt with, whether he was sent away or hurt. We know that Q was working with this dude. They all know each other, but your boy Red's got a new opportunity, man. He got a new opportunity to work with a new OG. This time, he cannot afford to mess up. Now, Detective Tucson and Detective Cruz, they pull up a map and they looking and they're starting to see a connection with all these home invasions and everything like that. They're still trying to gather more information, but they think if the two work together, they can get more things accomplished. So they're going to agree to work with each other and try to solve this mystery of Grandma Ethel and the home invasion. Now we get to this Junie memorial, and your boy Brandon is there. Reg is there. Brandon ends up saying something real nice about Reg. Pretty much gave him props that he kind of just lied to, save face for him or whatever. Your boy Reg, he took that in consideration and was like, man, that was cool what you did for me and also for Junie and all that. They start talking about some childhood stuff. Brandon just wants to end it all. He's like, man, look, we can just be cool, man. Like, we don't owe each other nothing. Let's just end all this drama, man. It's just stupid. And lo and behold, the whole time, Detective Tucson, she's there. She's taking pictures of Reg and Brandon. She knows it's a connection. She knows that Ronnie, Grandma Ethel's grandson, killed Brandon's brother. She knows that the 63rd Street mobsters is connected with all these home invasions. So your boy Brandon has to be very careful hanging around Reg, because I can see this turning ugly for him. Now we get to Jake, and Jake is hanging around Kevin. And your boy Jake is like, look, man, this gang stuff kind of silly. You know what I'm saying? They snitch all the time. Snitching ain't that bad because they snitch on each other all the time. And they kill each other all the time, which is very stupid in my opinion. He tells Kevin he gets it good because he ain't got to worry about stuff like that. Kevin says, I do have things I have to worry about. But Jake tells him, like, look, dude, you still got your moms and everything. I ain't got my mom's. I want to know her if she walked through the door. It has Kevin thinking like, man, maybe telling will be the right thing since it's okay with everybody else, especially so-called gangsters. So now we get to your boy Ronnie's new attorney. This is the attorney that the white supremacist dude hooked him up with because Ronnie gave him that liquor. Now, she tells him, like, look, tell me the truth. Did you kill Cooley Johnson? Ronnie says, yes. He said, good. She says, you were a drunk. You know what I'm saying? You do stupid stuff. So it looks like they're going to go with the whole narrative that Ronnie is a drunk, that he probably said something that didn't really happen. We're going to see in these next few episodes what's really going to happen. But as I told you in my prediction, Ronnie's going to get out eventually, in my opinion. I cannot see him being locked up. I see him getting out and, maybe hooking up with Jada. But that's just my prediction. Now we get to Emmett. He talks to his mom about his day, about his father. His mom was like, oh, you see, how's everything going? Your dad got like 20-something kids. He started talking about Tiffany and everything like that. Jada tells him, like, it's good that you survived. He said, you're still alive from me moving on from you, pretty much kicking you out. You're still alive, so everything ain't that bad. So Emmett, he's surviving, man. We're going to see what he's going to do in these next few episodes. Now, we get to the end of the episode and we see Kevin's mother's. Kevin walks in and says, look, you know what? I'm going to testify. I'm going to supposedly snitch in the street terms. Kevin is going to testify in this case. He thinks it's cool. He thinks that's something that he should do. Now, Kevin's other mom pretty much, she said that that's something that he should do. Now, Kevin's real mom is like, she don't want that type of heat. You know what I'm saying? She don't want that type of drama. But it's like, let Ronnie come back home and potentially kill somebody else. You got to keep a guy like that off the street. But they don't want that type of drama. At least Kevin's real mom doesn't want that type of drama. But his stepmom is like, well, we got to keep him off the street. So overall, this was a solid episode. We saw some new things in this episode. Some new characters, man. Doda, and we saw Detective Tucson. So we saw some new faces, which is always good. Other thing in the episode, your boy your boy Emmett and them hooking up with Amir. They're going to be selling some weaves. So it looks like Emmett is going to try to keep hustling or whatever and keep things pushing. Hopefully in these next couple episodes we see some improvements from his character and his journey. But overall, a solid episode. I will be breaking down some of these storylines. We're probably going to talk about the OG Duda a little bit more this next upcoming week. So keep supporting your boy. Thank you for all the love, all the, the comments, everything. Like I said, leave those theories down below, because like I told you guys, I don't know everything. Some of the stuff that y'all put down there makes a lot of sense, man. It makes a lot of sense, and I love the feedback. But I will catch y'all on the next one. But it's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.